When a cat looks into your eyes, this is what it means spiritually. You know that moment when your cat stops everything, sits in front of you, and just stares. Not with hunger, not with demand, but with something deeper, something that feels almost human? What if I told you that in that exact moment, your cat isn't just looking at you? They're reading the very essence of your soul. They're seeing things about you that even you might have forgotten. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why that gaze is one of the most sacred gifts you'll ever receive. If you enjoy meaningful stories and spiritual insights about cats, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Let's begin. The Silent Ways Cats. See beyond the physical world. Picture this. It's been a long day. You're sitting on your couch, maybe tired, maybe worried about something you haven't told anyone. The house is quiet. And then softly, almost without sound, your cat approaches. They don't meow. They don't demand attention. They simply sit down in front of you, curl their tail around their paws, and look directly into your eyes. And in that moment, something shifts. Time seems to slow down. The noise in your mind quiets. And for those few seconds, or maybe minutes, it feels like nothing else in the world exists except you and this small, mysterious creature who has chosen you. Have you ever felt that? That strange, almost electric connection when your cat holds your gaze. It's not like looking at any other animal. It's not even like looking at another person. There's a depth there, a knowing. As if they can see straight through the walls you've built, past the face you show the world, and into the tender, hidden parts of your heart. You're not imagining it, and you're certainly not alone. What you're experiencing in that moment is something ancient, something sacred, a form of communication that transcends language, transcends species, and touches the very core of what it means to be seen. Let me tell you something fascinating. Cats possess a visual ability that scientists have studied for decades. They can see frequencies of light that are completely invisible to the human eye. They perceive ultraviolet light. They detect the subtlest movements in near darkness. Their eyes are built not just to see the physical world, but to perceive dimensions of reality that we, as humans, simply cannot access. But here's where it gets truly profound. What if this physical ability reflects something even deeper? What if the way cats see light is connected to the way they see energy, emotion, intention, the invisible currents that flow through every living being? Across history, across cultures separated by oceans and centuries, human beings have recognized something extraordinary about cats. In ancient Egypt, they were revered as guardians of the spiritual realm. The goddess Bastet, protector of the home and the heart, was depicted with the head of a cat, a creature capable of moving between worlds, between the seen and the unseen. In Japan, the Maneki Neko, the beckoning cat, was believed to bring good fortune and protect homes from negative spirits. Celtic traditions spoke of cats as creatures who could perceive the presence of spirits and energies that lingered in sacred spaces. These weren't superstitions. They were observations. Humanity, throughout time, has watched cats stare at empty corners, track invisible movements across rooms, and sit vigil in places where the energy felt different. And we understood, instinctively, that they were perceiving something real, something we couldn't quite grasp, but something undeniably present. So when your cat looks into your eyes, they're doing more than just seeing your face. They're reading you completely. They're sensing the energy you're carrying, the joy, the sorrow, the anxiety, the love. They're recognizing not just who you are in this moment, but who you are at your core, your essence, your soul. And here's the beautiful truth. When a cat chooses to hold your gaze, they're not just observing you. They're offering you something precious. They're saying, I see you, the real you, and I'm not afraid of what I see. Think about the last time your cat looked deeply into your eyes. Really think about it. What were you feeling in that moment? Were you sad, anxious, lonely, or perhaps you were content, peaceful, grateful. Whatever you were feeling, your cat knew. They didn't need you to say a word. They read it in your energy, in the subtle shifts of your body, in the light that surrounds you that only they can see. And in response, they chose to stay, to sit with you, to be present, not to fix you, not to judge you, but simply to witness you, fully, completely, without condition. That is the sacred window. That is the moment when two souls, human and feline, recognize each other not as owner and pet, not as caretaker and dependent, but as equals, as companions on a shared journey through this mysterious, beautiful, sometimes painful experience we call life. Your cat doesn't look at you the way they look at a bird outside the window or a toy on the floor. When they look at you, there's intention, there's connection, there's a silent pact being made. I see you, I understand you, and I choose to be here with you. So the next time your cat sits before you and gazes into your eyes, pause, breathe, don't look away, receive that gift. Because in a world that so often makes us feel invisible, misunderstood, or alone, your cat is offering you something profoundly healing, the experience of being truly, fully seen. I want to hear from you. When was the last time your cat looked deeply into your eyes? What were you feeling in that moment? Share your story in the comments below. I read every single one, and I promise your experience matters. You're not alone in feeling this connection. But here's what I need you to consider. Why you? Why did your cat choose to look at you in that specific way, in that exact moment? What is it about your energy, your soul, that drew their attention so completely? The answer to that question might just change the way you see yourself and the purpose of your entire journey together. What your cat's gaze is really telling you. The gaze of your cat is not silent. It never has been. It speaks in a language older than words, deeper than sound, a language written in light, in energy, in the quiet space between heartbeats. Most of us have been taught to believe that communication requires speech, that without words, there can be no real understanding. But anyone who has ever shared their life with a cat knows differently. We know that some of the most profound conversations we've ever had have happened in complete silence, in those moments when our cat's eyes meet ours and something unspoken passes between us. Something true, something real. Today, I want to help you understand what your cat is actually saying when they look at you. Because every gaze carries a message, every look holds meaning. And when you learn to decode this ancient language, your entire relationship with your cat, and perhaps with yourself, will transform. Let's begin with the most tender, most beautiful gaze your cat can offer you: the slow blink. Have you ever noticed your cat looking at you, and then, very deliberately, very slowly, closing their eyes and opening them again? It's not a regular blink. It's languid, almost meditative. Their eyelids drift down like curtains closing on a stage, and then rise again, revealing those luminous eyes still fixed on you. Scientists who study feline behavior call this the slow blink, and they've confirmed what cat lovers have always known. It's a sign of deep trust and affection. In the wild, closing your eyes in the presence of another creature is dangerous. It's vulnerable. It means you trust that being completely not to harm you while you're at your most exposed. But there's something even deeper happening here, something spiritual. When your cat slow blinks at you, they're not just expressing trust, they're transmitting peace. They're offering you a moment of their calm, their contentment, their absolute presence. In that slow closing of their eyes, they're saying, "You are safe, you are loved, you are home." And here's what makes this even more profound. Studies have shown that when cats purr, they produce vibrations at frequencies between 25 and 50 hertz. Frequencies that have been scientifically proven to promote healing in bones, reduce pain, and ease inflammation. Your cat's purr is literally therapeutic. It's medicine delivered through vibration. Now imagine combining that healing frequency with the slow blink. Your cat is looking at you with love, transmitting peace through their gaze, and if they're also purring, they're surrounding you with healing vibrations. This isn't just affection. This is energetic care. This is your cat actively participating in your well-being, body, and soul. The message behind the slow blink is clear and beautiful. I trust you completely. I offer you my peace. You are worthy of love exactly as you are. When was the last time someone, anyone, looked at you with that level of unconditional acceptance? Now let's talk about a different kind of gaze. The intense, fixed stare. You know this one. Your cat sits across the room and suddenly their entire focus narrows to you. Their pupils may dilate. Their body becomes still. They're not moving, not blinking frequently. They're just watching you with laser-like concentration. This can feel slightly unnerving, can it? Almost as if they're studying you, reading you like a book written in a language only they understand. And that's exactly what they're doing. When your cat stares at you intensely, they're engaged in what I call a deep scan. They're not just looking at your physical body, they're reading the energy field around you. They're detecting shifts in your emotional state. They're noticing things about you that you might not even be aware of yourself. Cats are extraordinarily sensitive to changes in their environment. They can detect subtle shifts in barometric pressure before a storm. They can sense earthquakes before they happen. They're attuned to frequencies and vibrations that exist far below human perception. So when your cat stares at you with that focused intensity, they may be picking up on something you need to pay attention to. Maybe you're more stressed than you realize. Maybe you're ignoring an emotional wound that needs tending. Maybe there's something in your environment, an energy, a situation, a relationship that isn't serving your highest good. Your cat, in their wisdom, is trying to alert you. Not with words, but with presence, with attention, with that steady, unwavering gaze that seems to say, something here needs your awareness. I see it, even if you don't yet. This is your cat functioning as a spiritual guide, as an intuitive companion who exists partly in the physical world and partly in the realm of energy and emotion. They're offering you information. They're inviting you to pause, to check in with yourself, to ask, what am I feeling right now? What am I avoiding? What do I need to acknowledge? The message behind the intense stare is, pay attention. Something within you or around you needs care. I'm here to help you notice. And then there's the third type of gaze, perhaps the most intimate of all, the look that's followed by physical approach. Your cat locks eyes with you from across the room. They hold your gaze for a moment, 2-3 seconds, and then they stand. They walk toward you with purpose. And when they reach you, they press their head against your hand or your leg or your chest. Sometimes they'll place a gentle paw on your arm. Sometimes they'll simply curl up against you, their body warm and solid and real. This is active comfort. This is your cat saying, I see that you need me, and I'm coming to you. There's something deeply moving about this behavior, isn't it? Because it reveals that your cat isn't just passively receiving your care and attention. They're actively choosing to give it back to you. They're making a conscious decision to offer their presence, their warmth, their energy as a source of comfort and healing. Research in animal-assisted therapy has shown that physical contact with cats can lower blood pressure, reduce cortisol levels, and increase the production of oxytocin, the hormone associated with bonding, love, and emotional well-being. When your cat comes to you and offers physical contact after holding your gaze, they're not just being affectionate. They're literally helping to regulate your nervous system. They're bringing you back into balance. And on a spiritual level, they're doing something even more profound. They're sharing their life force with you. In many spiritual traditions, physical touch between beings is understood as an exchange of energy. When your cat touches you, after looking into your eyes, they're completing a circuit. They're saying, I've seen what you need, now let me give it to you. The message behind the gaze, followed by approach is, you don't have to carry this alone. I'm here. I share my strength with you. We are connected. So let me ask you this. Have you been paying attention to which type of gaze your cat gives you most often? Because that might tell you something important about what you need right now, or what energy you're putting out into the world. Does your cat slow blink at you frequently? Perhaps you're in a season of peace, or perhaps your cat is trying to help bring you into one. Does your cat stare intensely at you? Maybe it's time to examine what's happening beneath the surface of your daily life. Does your cat seek you out with their gaze and then come to comfort you? You're being reminded that you're not alone, that support is present, that you are deeply loved. Think about it. And if you feel moved to share, tell me in the comments. What kind of gaze does your cat give you most? I'll be reading every response, and I'd love to understand your unique connection. But here's something I need you to consider, something that goes even deeper than the gaze itself. You didn't just randomly end up with your cat, and your cat didn't randomly end up with you. There are no accidents in these kinds of connections. Something brought you together, something beyond logic, beyond circumstance. What if your cat has been watching you, reading you, understanding you all this time? Because they're here for a reason, a purpose that's bigger than companionship, bigger than comfort. What if they're not just living with you, but protecting something precious within you? Something you might not even know exists yet. The ancient truth about why cats watch over us. There's a reason why, throughout human history, cats have been placed at the entrances of temples, why they've been carved into the walls of sacred buildings, why they've been honored, revered, and recognized as something more than mere animals. It's because humanity has always known, on some deep instinctive level, that cats are guardians, protectors. Beings who exist at the threshold between the visible world and the invisible one, watching over both with equal care. In ancient Egypt, cats weren't just pets. They were considered divine protectors of the home and the soul. The goddess Bastet, often depicted with the head of a cat, was the guardian of households, the protector of women and children, and the defender against evil spirits and disease. Killing a cat, even accidentally, was considered one of the gravest offenses, sometimes punishable by death. That's how seriously they took the protective role of these creatures. In Japan, the maneki neko, the beckoning cat, has been placed in homes and businesses for centuries, believed to ward off negative energy and invite good fortune. The raised paw isn't just a cute gesture, it's a symbolic act of protection, pushing away harm while drawing in blessings. Even in medieval Europe, despite the tragic persecution cats faced during certain periods, there remained an underground understanding among wise women and healers that cats possessed an ability to sense and dispel negative energies. They were kept in homes not just to catch mice, but to guard against darker, less tangible threats. These weren't superstitions. These were observations passed down through generations, cultures noticing the same truth from different corners of the world. Cats perceive things we cannot. And more than that, they actively work to protect the spaces and the people they've bonded with. So let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed your cat staring intently at what appears to be absolutely nothing? Maybe at a corner of the room, or at a space in the hallway, or out a window at something you can't see. You might have laughed it off. Maybe you thought they were just being quirky, or that they saw a shadow or a speck of dust catching the light. But what if they were actually perceiving something real? Something that exists in a frequency you can't access? Science has shown us that cats can see ultraviolet light, which is invisible to human eyes. They can detect minute movements that we would never notice. Their hearing range extends far beyond ours, picking up sounds we'll never hear. They're literally experiencing a version of reality that's richer, more complex, more layered than what we perceive. And if they can see and hear things in the physical world that we cannot, why couldn't they also sense things in the energetic world that remain hidden from us? When your cat sits and stares at that empty corner, they're not seeing nothing. They're perceiving energy. They're sensing a shift in the atmosphere, a change in the vibrational frequency of that space. And they're doing what guardians do. They're monitoring it, assessing it, making sure it poses no threat to their home and to you. Think about how your cat behaves in your home. Have you noticed that they have certain spots where they love to rest? Maybe on your bed, or near the doorway, or on a particular windowsill? Those aren't random choices. Cats are incredibly intentional about where they place themselves. They're positioning themselves in areas where they can sense the energy of the space, where they can keep watch, where they can balance and harmonize the environment. When your cat rubs their face against corners, door frames, and furniture, we're told it's scent marking, and yes, that's part of it. But it's also more than that. They're leaving their energy signature. They're claiming that space, not out of dominance, but out of protection. They're essentially saying, "This space is safe. I'm watching over it." And when they choose to sleep in certain places, especially near you or near entryways, they're acting as energetic filters. They're absorbing any heavy, stagnant, or negative energy that might be lingering, and they're transmuting it, neutralizing it. This isn't mysticism without foundation. Research has shown that animals, including cats, are sensitive to electromagnetic fields, to changes in barometric pressure, to shifts in the Earth's magnetic field, before earthquakes or storms. They're tuned into frequencies and patterns that humans simply aren't equipped to detect. If cats can sense an earthquake before it happens, can sense a storm approaching long before we see clouds, then surely they can also sense disturbances in the emotional and energetic atmosphere around them. And when they sense something off, they respond. They protect. Now let's talk about something even more personal: your cat's role in protecting your emotional and psychological well-being. Have you ever been going through a difficult time? Maybe you were grieving, or anxious, or heartbroken, and your cat seemed to know? They didn't just happen to be near you. They sought you out. They stayed close. They watched you with that steady, knowing gaze. That's not coincidence. That's intentional care. Cats are remarkably sensitive to changes in human emotion and energy. They can detect subtle shifts in your breathing, your heart rate, your body temperature, all of which change when you're stressed or upset. But beyond the physical signs, they're also reading your energetic field, sensing the disturbance in your emotional state. And when they sense that you're struggling, they offer what they can: their presence. Studies in animal-assisted therapy have demonstrated that spending time with cats can significantly reduce stress hormones, lower anxiety, and help regulate the nervous system. When you're overwhelmed and your cat comes to sit beside you, curls up in your lap, or simply rests their body against yours, they're helping to ground you. They're offering their calm, their stability, their peaceful energy as an anchor when you feel like you're drifting. There's a rhythm to a cat's breathing when they're relaxed, a slow, steady pattern. And when they're close to you, your breathing often begins to synchronize with theirs without you even realizing it. They're gently guiding you back into balance, back into your body, back into the present moment. This is protection of a profound kind. Not protection from external threats, but protection from the internal storms that can sometimes feel overwhelming. Your cat is saying, through their presence, "You don't have to weather this alone. I'm here, and I won't leave you." But there's something even deeper that I want you to consider. Something about why your cat came into your life in the first place. Think back to when you met your cat. Maybe you chose them from a shelter. Maybe they showed up on your doorstep. Maybe they were a gift, or a rescue, or a chance encounter. However it happened, think about the timing. Think about what was going on in your life at that moment. Were you going through a transition, a loss, a period of loneliness or uncertainty? Or maybe you were in a good place, but something was still missing. Some quiet companionship, some steady presence you didn't even know you needed. Your cat didn't arrive by accident. In the tapestry of your life, their arrival was a thread woven in at exactly the right moment. And their purpose, whether you've realized it or not, is to keep you connected. Connected to the present moment. Connected to softness and vulnerability in a world that often demands you be hard. Connected to the simple, sacred act of caring for another living being, which in turn teaches you how to care for yourself. Cats live so completely in the now. They don't worry about yesterday or tomorrow. They're fully present, fully alive in each moment. And by being near them, by observing them, by receiving their gaze and their love, you're reminded to do the same. You're called back from the chaos of your thoughts into the quiet reality of right now. That is a form of protection. Protection from the anxiety of the future, from the regrets of the past. Your cat is guarding your peace by teaching you, through their very presence, how to find it. Let me share something with you. I once heard from someone who was going through one of the darkest periods of their life. They'd lost someone they loved. They felt untethered, purposeless, as if the world had lost all its color. And every single day, without fail, their cat would come and sit in front of them. Just sit and look into their eyes, for minutes at a time. At first, they barely noticed, but slowly, they began to understand that their cat was holding space for them, witnessing their pain, refusing to let them disappear into the darkness alone. And in those moments of eye contact, in that silent exchange, they felt something they'd been afraid they'd never feel again. They felt seen. They felt like they still mattered, like their presence in this world still had value. That cat wasn't just a companion. That cat was a lifeline, a guardian who showed up every day to say, without words, "You're still here, and that matters, and I'm not going anywhere." So I want you to think about your own cat. Think about the moments they've shown up for you, the times they've watched over you when you didn't even realize you needed watching over. Think about their steady presence, their quiet vigilance, their refusal to leave your side when the world felt too heavy. Tell me in the comments, has your cat ever shown up for you in a moment when you really needed them? I want to hear your story, because these experiences matter. They're evidence of something beautiful and sacred happening between you. But here's what I need you to understand, and this is crucial. Your cat isn't just protecting your home, or your emotions, or your peace of mind. They're protecting something even more essential. Something that connects you to the very fabric of existence. And when you finally understand what that is, when you truly see what your cat has been guarding all along, everything about your relationship and about your own life will make sense in a way it never has before. The sacred truth that changes everything. We've arrived at the heart of it all, at the answer to the question that's been quietly waiting beneath every gaze, every purr, every moment of connection you've ever shared with your cat. Why do they look at you that way? Why does it feel like more than just sight, more than just observation? Why does their gaze reach into places within you that nothing else seems to touch? The answer is both simple and profound. Because you and your cat are not separate. You never have been. Let me explain. Across spiritual traditions throughout human history, from Buddhism to indigenous wisdom, from ancient Hermetic philosophy to modern energy work, there exists a common thread, a shared understanding. All life is connected. Every living being is part of a vast, intricate web of consciousness and energy. What affects one affects all. What is seen in one is reflected in another. The Buddhists speak of interdependence, the truth that no being exists in isolation. We are all interconnected, all part of the same living whole. Indigenous cultures around the world have long understood animals as spiritual guides, teachers, and mirrors, beings who walk beside us on our journeys, helping us remember who we truly are. The ancient Hermetic principle teaches, as above, so below, as within, so without. Every relationship is a mirror. Every connection reveals something essential about ourselves. And when we apply this understanding to the bond between you and your cat, something extraordinary emerges. Your cat is not with you by chance. They are with you by design, by soul agreement, by a resonance that transcends this single lifetime, this single meeting, this single moment. You didn't just choose your cat, and your cat didn't just choose you. Something deeper brought you together, a recognition that happened at the level of the soul, a knowing that said, yes, you, We're meant to walk this path together. So when your cat looks into your eyes, what are they really seeing? They're not seeing your job title or your social status or the mask you wear for the world. They're not impressed by your accomplishments or disappointed by your failures. They don't care about your past mistakes or your future anxieties. What they see is your essence, your light, the unchanging, eternal part of you that exists beneath all the layers, beneath all the identities, beneath all the stories you tell yourself about who you are. They see your soul, and they recognize it. Because on some level, deeper than words or thoughts, your souls have always known each other. This is why the gaze of a cat feels different from any other kind of attention. This is why it penetrates so deeply, why it can bring comfort when nothing else can, why it can make you feel truly seen for the first time in your life. Because when your cat looks at you, they're seeing you as you were created to be. Perfect, whole, worthy of love, divine. Not because of what you do, but because of what you are. And here's the invitation, the teaching, the profound gift your cat is offering you every single time they hold your gaze. If they can see you this way, as whole, as worthy, as divine, then perhaps it's time you started seeing yourself this way too. Your cat is a mirror, not of your flaws or your failures, but of your inherent worthiness, your essential goodness, your sacred nature. They're reflecting back to you the truth that you sometimes forget. You are loved. You are enough. You always have been. The next time your cat looks deeply into your eyes, I want you to try something. Instead of looking away, instead of dismissing it or moving on to the next task, I want you to pause, take a breath, and really receive what's being offered. Look back into their eyes. Let yourself be seen. Let yourself feel the weight of that unconditional acceptance, that complete lack of judgment. Let yourself absorb the message, I see you, the real you, and what I see is beautiful. And then gently ask yourself, can I see myself the way my cat sees me? Can I offer myself even a fraction of this unconditional love, this complete acceptance? That's the spiritual practice your cat is teaching you. The lesson they've been patiently offering every single day. Learn to see yourself with love. Learn to accept yourself without condition. Learn to be present with yourself, just as I am present with you. Because you and your cat are on this journey together. You're not owner and pet. You're not master and servant. You're companions, soul friends. Two beings who chose to walk through this life side by side, learning from each other, healing with each other, reflecting the divine back and forth between you, like light bouncing between mirrors. And your shared mission, the reason you found each other, is profound. You're here to teach each other about unconditional love, about radical presence, about the sacredness of simply being without needing to achieve or perform or prove anything to anyone. Your cat teaches you these things by example. They show you how to rest without guilt, how to play without purpose, how to be affectionate without agenda, how to exist fully in the moment, accepting what is, rather than constantly reaching for what might be. And what do you teach them? You teach them trust, safety. You show them that the world can be kind, that love can be dependable, that they matter, that their presence brings joy, that they are cherished exactly as they are. This exchange, this mutual gift-giving, is sacred. It's holy. It's a conversation between souls that happens mostly in silence, mostly through gaze and touch and presence. But it is perhaps the most honest, most profound conversation you will ever have. So when your cat looks into your eyes, this is what they're saying. This is the complete message, the full truth they're transmitting with every glance. I see you, not the version of you that the world demands, not the you that's tired or stressed or afraid. I see the you that exists beneath all of that, the eternal you, the soul you. And I want you to know, you are not alone in this vast universe. You are seen, you are known, you are valued beyond measure. I chose you, and you chose me. And together, we're going to walk this path. Together, we're going to remind each other of what's real. That love is real. That connection is real. That presence is real. And as long as I'm here, you will always have a witness to your worth. You will always have someone who sees the light in you, even when you've forgotten it exists. That's what your cat means when they look into your eyes. That's the message. That's the gift. And tonight, when you get home, when your cat inevitably comes to you and sits before you and looks up with those luminous knowing eyes, I want you to remember this. I want you to receive it fully. I want you to let it change you. Because this isn't just about understanding your cat. This is about understanding yourself. Understanding that you are worthy of this kind of love. That you deserve to be seen this completely. That you are and have always been enough. Your cat has been trying to tell you this all along. With every gaze, every purr, every moment they choose to be near you when they could be anywhere else. You are loved. You are seen. You are not alone. And that gaze, that sacred, penetrating, soul-deep gaze, it means you always were enough. You always will be. This has been a journey through the spiritual meaning of your cat's gaze, but I hope it's also been a journey back to yourself. Back to the truth of who you are, beneath all the noise and worry of daily life. Thank you for taking this journey with me. Thank you for being open to seeing your cat and yourself in a new light. If this message touched your heart, if it helped you see your relationship with your cat in a deeper way, I would be honored if you'd subscribe to this channel. There are more stories like this coming, more invitations to pause and reflect on the sacred connections in our lives, and I'd love to have you here for them. And please, in the comments below, share your experience. When your cat looks into your eyes, what do you feel? What do you sense? What message do you receive? I read every single comment, and I promise you, your story matters. Your connection matters. You matter. May you and your cat continue to walk together, soul beside soul, reminding each other of the love that has always been there, waiting to be recognized. Until we meet again, be well, be present. And remember, you are deeply, profoundly loved.